Hey there, this is Natalie, and in this video I'm going to be looking at the newly released chapter 136 of Shingeki no Kyojin, the Attack on Titan manga. This chapter comes fresh off the back of the news we got this week from Kodansha, who publish new Attack on Titan chapters in their monthly Besatsu Shonen magazine. That creator, Hajime Isayama, will be ending the series with its final chapter in their May edition. Because for whatever reason, magazines always come out the month before their actual edition names, this edition will go on sale on the 9th of April 2021. The chapter we have now is from the February edition, and that means that there are only 3 more chapters to go until Attack on Titan's ending is revealed. This is an eventful chapter, though didn't feature the particular character death a lot of people were afraid it would. Not that there isn't still a strong threat of that remaining, but I'll get into that as we go through Attack on Titan chapter 136 now. Now, naturally this video will contain spoilers for chapter 136 as well as previous chapters, so unless you're up to date on the manga, it will spoil you. I'm about to get stuck right into the content of the chapter, but first, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I cover Attack on Titan and ReZero predominantly, with analysis, theories, and coverage of new chapters of the source material, as well as new anime episodes. I will be covering Attack on Titan Season 4 Episode 5 as soon as it airs on Sunday, so please ring the bell if you want to be notified when that video is uploaded. Subscribing really helps me out, and I really need the love. So please think about hitting that button if you want to see more Attack on Titan analysis type stuff as we head towards the end of this S-tier story. So, the chapter begins with Falco flying to the site of the battle inside Eren's massive, disgusting ribcage, bringing Annie and Gabi to join the fight. Falco transformed into his own winged interpretation of the Jaws Titan, which he can do because he became a Titan through consuming Zeke's spinal fluid, and through dreams of a past beast Titan, he came to understand that his Titan could fly. The opening panel is the Malayan people watching from the shore, noticing the giant bird arriving to join the fight. These people, of course, include Annie's adopted father and Reiner's mother, Karina, who's also Gabi's aunt. And while watching all of this unfold in a previous chapter, Karina removed her Eldian armband and resolved that if there was going to be a future for humanity at all, then she wanted the hate to end. This is something that will come up again in this chapter as we continue to see what's happening with these people, who are basically all that's standing between the rumbling and the rest of the mainland, while the battle around Eren's Titan form continues. Reiner is frustrated that Gabi and Annie have shown up, and there is a callback to the promise Falco made to him to protect Gabi, which has now been shown in the anime in Season 4 Episode 2. But Annie explains that in order for them to be there, the Azumabito ship had sunk, unable to withstand Falco's transformation, and that Kiyomi agreed to this, sacrificing the ship so that they could try to help stop the rumbling. Gabi exclaims that they have to fight to repay their kindness. Then we see Falco's thoughts from inside his Titan, and he does remember his promise to save Gabi, still saying that he will. It seems like Falco has come to realise that saving Gabi from the fate of becoming a Titan shifter doesn't mean he needs to hide her away when there's something useful she can do, and that she wants to do. That giving her a chance to save herself, to work with everybody else and use her talents, is going to create a better chance to save her from the dark future Reiner talked about. We get a nice moment for Annie and Armin shippers next, as Annie's first question to Mikasa on the status of things was starting to be, "How's Armin?" which she quickly changes to asking about Pieck, but Mikasa answers about Armin first anyway. Armin has been taken towards the tailbone of the Eren monstrosity, and Mikasa asks Annie to help save him, which she is very, very keen to do, despite throwing in a quick jab about how Mikasa's childhood friends love getting kidnapped. I am so happy Annie is back in the fray here, I've got to say. Gabi, though, presses on with asking about Pieck, and Reiner tells her what happened to her, that she's near the skull where she was trying to blow up Eren's nape, but was attacked before she could detonate the explosives by the Warhammer Titan. So with Armin at the tailbone and Pieck at the nape, Levi puts forward his solution to this, which is to send 2 teams to deal with both of these things at once, giving them the chance to use Armin's explosive Colossal Titan transformation if they get him back, as well as the explosives at the nape. Mikasa, as you might expect, doesn't find this idea easy to deal with, but Levi says that they're no longer in a position to be concerned about Eren, that in fact they never were. Jean, Levi and Connie all emotionally express that they aren't happy about it, but that they've come to terms with the fact that they have to kill Eren to end this, and to make everything that's happened so far, all of the people who've died and the terrible things they've each done during this war, add up to anything. Annie tells Mikasa just to focus on saving Armin, saying that she doesn't have to worry about anything else. Now, Gabi gives them all a new theory to work on. She says that when she shot Eren's head off right before he kicked off the rumbling, a shining spine like a centipede came out to connect his head and body. Annie's reaction is that this is pretty gross, but Gabi's point is that she thinks this is the true form of the founding Titan, and that maybe that's what they need to be destroying. She says that if they decapitate Eren again, it might come out and give them their chance. So, all riding on Falco while they have this meeting, so they could discuss things away from the countless revived Titan shifters that are waiting for them around Eren's bony structure, they head back to Eren to split up and execute this plan. The people down below on the land see this, and we have a look at what's going on there. And the peace that Karina and Annie's father had talked about is not looking to be close to being achieved between the Eldians here and the Marleyan soldiers, even under these conditions. The Eldians approach the Marleyans, now with their armbands removed, and the Marleyan soldiers immediately raise their guns at them, which they respond to in kind, the Eldians saying that they outnumber the Marleyan soldiers and also have more combat experience, due to the Marleyans sending them onto the front lines of their wars so often. Then Secretary Muller, a high-ranking Marleyan, shows up, and now there are guns pointed at just about everybody. I think it's good the way this is being handled in Attack on Titan as a whole, because so often we see these convenient things in stories where people put aside their differences as soon as there's a threat to unite them. And while that is a thing that's explored in Attack on Titan, it's never framed as being an easy change that happens instantly, or that happens to everybody all at once. Each character that comes to understand their former enemies in this story goes through an arc to get there that deals with their own personal experiences of the conflict and its history, and it's never simple. It would be nice if, as they face the possibility of the end of the world, the Eldians and Marleyans here could just stop fearing and hating each other in an instant and vow for everlasting peace if they survive, and for them to actually still feel that way in the aftermath of all this. But that's not how this story works, or realistically, how people work. And I think we're unlikely, even with so few chapters left, to see anything that convenient being a part of the ending. Still, leaving that tense situation behind for this chapter, we go back to Falco and the people riding him, and they react to the sounds coming from the land, with Jean saying that they're all still at each other's throats, with Reiner then warning Falco to watch out for projectiles. Ymir has brought back generations of Titan shifters from the past 2,000 years, and there are a whole bunch of different Warhammer Titans aiming bows and crossbows at Falco as he comes into range of Eren. Jean and Reiner get off here and try to detonate the explosives and help Pieck, and the rest of them head off to try to save Armin, with Gabi saying they'll return with Falco to help them after that. Mikasa and Connie tell both Jean and Reiner not to die, and Jean asks the same of them. And now it's time for action. Reiner transforms into the armoured Titan and tries to aggro the Warhammer Titans, with Jean using his manoeuvre gear to try and make it to the detonator. He's under constant attack and needs help, but fortunately now we see what happened to Pieck after the Warhammer Titan skewered her Cart Titan. She was able to get out of it and run down the Titan's trident-style spear and transform again to fight on. I'm a big Pieck fan, and she's as great as ever here, going after titans left and right, and announcing that with her cart titan's high endurance, she can keep going until the battle's won, as long as they don't kill her, that is. But this hopeful sentiment is offset by a panel showing her thinking that even if she won 100 times, it wouldn't mean much against 1,000,000 enemies. She tells Jean not to worry about her and to head to the detonator, and he rushes off to do this before she even finishes her sentence. Now we go back to the others still riding Falco, and they've noticed that Bertolt is among the Titan shifters being used as puppets by Ymir. His huge Titan form is kind of suspended between some ribs. It's really all ribs and spine knobbles that this whole grand enterprise is taking place in. They notice that there is one strange Titan that's behaving differently to the others, and it's a fairly small Titan by Titan standards with the head of a pig. They wonder if it's the beast, the jaws, or the cart Titan, though quickly realise it wouldn't help them much to know. Now, this pig monster thing is probably going to be something important after all of the connection between Ymir and pigs that we and Eren know about. But Annie and the others who decide there's something abnormal about it don't know any of that and are going by its actions alone. Annie, Mikasa and Connie get off of Falco now, planning to corner the okapi, which is what Annie recognises the pig-headed thing to be, and find Armin. This just leaves Gabi and the badly wounded Levi on the back of Falco, and Gabi has her anti-Titan rifle, which she plans to use to provide cover. However, Levi says that it won't be able to kill these Titans. Now, he's concerned with finding Zeke, and we see some moments of Levi's thoughts and memories, which, come on, is there anybody who was reading this not really worried he was going to die in the next panel after this bit? He thinks, as he presumably does all the time, about Erwin, and about the sacrifices of Erwin and Hanji for this war, about how when all of this started, the things they'd wished for had been so much simpler, just an end to the Titans. Finally, we see him thinking about how he didn't pick Erwin, but that he has no regrets about entrusting the future to Armin instead, who had the same look in his eyes as Erwin. Then we see Levi's hand gripping his sword, and, well, we don't see what he's going to do with it, because now we're straight into what's happening with Annie, Connie and Mikasa. Annie and Mikasa are fighting Titans, as is their wont, with Annie in her female Titan form. The pig Titan is able to slip past Annie while she's fighting another Titan, and Mikasa pursues it, but the other Titans seem to be defending the pig. Mikasa finds her pursuit blocked by an armoured Titan, and they realise as it's getting away that the pig is heading for Bertolt's Titan form. Mikasa and Connie stand on the female Titan's shoulders, surrounded by Titans who want to stop them getting to the pig, and that's where we leave them for this chapter. Now though, before the chapter ends, we see Armin. The last time we saw him, having been eaten, he was kind of tripping out and thought he could see Bertolt, and now we see him talking to what seems to be his own dead body. He rants in frustration at himself for not getting up and moving, because somehow he's able to see what the others are doing and desperately wants to help them, but his body stays there, dead. But of course this is Armin, so he quickly composes himself and tries to think through what this situation means. There's sand beneath him, and he knows that if he was really dead, he wouldn't be able to think like this, because his brain wouldn't have any oxygen coming to it. He realises that this can't be a dream or a vision, or the afterlife, but that it's a reality, that he is on the path. That's how he can know what the others are doing. Understanding where he is, he thinks that there may be something he can do, having reached this place, and as he looks around, he sees Zeke. Zeke seems to just be idly piling up sand, and when Armin greets him, he replies with, "Hello, Eren's friend. So Ymir ate you too." And that's the end of chapter 136. Man, this chapter was densely packed, and it got everybody into place and set up their objectives for this final battle, at least for now, as well as introducing some new elements to things like this strange okapi titan and just what it wants with Bertholdt. If I had to make some guesses about what might be coming, I think it could be possible for Armin to take back control of Bertholdt's titan form from the path. This could be why he was seeing Bertholdt before when he was first swallowed by Ymir. The pig titan is most likely in some way special to Ymir, and so with it heading for Bertholdt, and with Bertholdt potentially connected to Armin more than usual right now, where Armin's on the path, this could be important to how this situation will develop. Up at the nape, I could see Pieck, Jean and Reiner managing to detonate the explosives, which could force things into a next stage, with Eren changing forms, or that spiny form of the founding titan revealing itself as Gabi predicted. But I can't really see them straight up killing him this way, because there wouldn't be any closure one way or another to Mikasa's involvement with things if Eren was taken out by Reiner, Jean and Pieck, and it also feels a bit early for that, with 3 chapters left. I think probably the detonation will just progress the fight into a new stage. As for Levi, well, I don't think Levi's story will end until Zeke's does, but Isayama is really making things scary about whether he's going to survive this. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I do read all of them and reply where I can. And once again, please do consider subscribing. I will have the episode coverage for Season 4 Episode 5 up on Sunday after the episode's aired, and so I really hope to see you again for that. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon.